So the problem gives us 5 solutions of the same concentration and same temperature, and it tells us that C2H5OH is an alcohol that does not dissociate in water and is not a base. So that will be helpful in answering the two parts. The first part of the question, which solution would be the most effective conductor of electricity, or the best electrolyte? In chem or in class, you should have learned that conductivity of an electrolyte depends on its ability to dissociate. And you should also have um, learned that strong electrolytes, or what makes a strong electrolyte is if it dissociates more. So we're looking for in the solutions the strongest electrolyte also as whichever solution dissociates the most. One way we can do that is looking at the parent acid and bases, basically the acid and base that forms the salt. So let's look at solution 1. HNO3 is a strong acid, HCl is a strong acid, HMNO4 is a strong acid, and then in the question it tells us it doesn't dissociate in water, so this cannot be an effective conductor, an effective conductor. And HC2H3O2 is acetic acid, which is a weak acid. So we can narrow it down to solution 1, 2, and 3. Now looking at the parent base, PbOH is a weak base, and NaOH is a strong base. KOH is also a strong base, so we can eliminate solution 1. We're left with solution 2 and 3. From these 6 strong bases or strong acids you've memorized, you know that HCl is one of them. And you should also have learned that NaCl dissociates completely. So that we know that NaCl is actually the most effective conductor. When you're trying to explain this, you want to explain it in terms of the strength of the acid and base that makes the salt. So we know that NaOH is a strong base and HCl is a strong acid because they dissociate completely, therefore making them an effective conductor. Moving on to part B. Which solution has the highest pH? Explain by indicating the parent acid and parent base of the salt and the acid and base strengths. So I bolded it here. We're looking for the highest pH. The highest pH on the pH scale is 14, and 14 indicates that it's very basic. So we're looking for the most basic solution. The most basic solution will have a strong base and a weak acid. So just by that, we can start to eliminate things as well. From the previous question, or the previous answer to the question, NaCl, we find that we already know that it's the parent acid and parent base are both strong, so that cannot be it. PbNO3 too is the parent base is weak and the parent acid is strong, so this will actually be an acidic solution. And then we know that solution 4, it is not a base, so we can also eliminate solution 4. Now we're left with solution 3 and solution 5. This is a bit tricky because KOH, potassium hydroxide, is a strong base and both of them have that parent base. But looking at the acid, HMNO4 and HC2H3O2, HMNO4 is a strong acid. So solution 5 is the only solution where the parent base is strong and the parent acid is weak. So the solution with the highest pH will be solution 5. When you're explaining this, make sure to mention the strength of the parent acid and base, because that will determine which solution has the highest or lowest pH.